The Chairman CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission NIDCOM, Honorable Abike Dabrera, has envisioned 2025 as a year of more strategic engagement with the Nigerian diaspora globally with regards to homeland investment and giving back for national development. Former ethnic advisor to the governor of New Jersey, Chief Albert Ukaigwe, has called on Nigerians in the diaspora to always think home, as it is the better place to be and invest. According to him, east or west, north or south, home is the best. More on the table, Nigerians in Diaspora Organization Africa, NIDO Africa, has held an awareness campaign against human trafficking, described as modern-day slavery. Participants were drawn from major NIDO chapters from Ghana, Senegal, Gambia, Congo DR, among others. The Chairman CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabrera, was represented by the Secretary to the Commission, Dr. Sule Yakubu Basi. It promises to be revealing as spine-chilling stories will be told. And don't forget our complimentary segment of Health Tips by Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas, ANPA, and our Diaspora of the Moment. This is your favorite show, The Diaspora, and I'm Juliana Vincent Yakubu, your anchor. Please stay. Welcome back. Let's begin with a message from the Chairman CEO Nigerians in Diaspora Commission NIDCOM, Honorable Abike Dabrera. Take a listen.
Happy New Year, my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, as I wish every one of you a prosperous 2025. It was very exciting, engaging and meeting and hosting a whole lot of you that came home this December. Some of you were coming for the very first time. It was very exciting. However, we look forward to engaging more with you and meeting with you, not just in December, but as often as you decide to come home, because NIDCOM is your embassy in Nigeria, and we're here to be a bridge between you and your home country, Nigeria. In the last 5 years, we've been able to come up with a few programs and activities targeted specifically for you, the Nigerian in the diaspora. Now, more than ever before, we need you to be part of the progress and development and prosperity of your country, Nigeria. You represent trillions of untapped human capital, trillions of untapped resources in the diaspora. I want you, my brothers and sisters, I plead with you to work with Nigerians back home so that together we'll achieve our dreams for our country, Nigeria. Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he's determined to do everything he can, and he has set the tone in the 2025 budget to tackle long-standing challenges we have had: insecurity, infrastructural development, putting money into education, healthcare development, youth development, women development, and all that. So let's work with him to make sure all this become a reality. The Nigerian diaspora, you are critical in shaping the Nigeria of tomorrow, and there's no better time than now to reflect on the contribution that you can make in shaping a better Nigeria. Nothing is too small, nothing is too big. It could be in contributing to local communities. It could be in joining a local board. It could be in giving back. It could be in capacity building. It could be in participating in things like the Diaspora Investment Summit, Diaspora Day, and a lot of programs for you. But reflect on what you can contribute to the growth and development of our dear country, Nigeria. I want to thank you for all you've been doing, making us really proud as Nigerians anywhere we are in the world. We are the best. No matter what field we find ourselves, we are Nigerians and we are the best anywhere in the world. Let's use this human capital, power and talent to develop our own country, Nigeria. Nigerians in the diaspora, you represent billions, if not trillions of dollars worth of human capital investment. Let's work with you and tap into this enormous untapped talent and investments that you can bring into our country, Nigeria. I'm excited about the possibilities of the many more things we'll be doing in the new year 2025. And once more, here's wishing you and your families a prosperous new year 2025. We can do a lot together, and we will do a lot together. Please visit our website to learn how much more we can work with you, the fantastic Nigerian in the diaspora. Happy New Year, and God bless you.
Good job, Mama Diaspora, for all you do. Let's also listen to Chief Albert Ukaigwe from New Jersey, USA, as he urged Nigerians to keep faith with Nigeria.
We must have faith in Nigeria. No other people will develop Nigeria except us. Especially some of us in Nigeria must work hard to attract those of us from diaspora. And those of us from diaspora should align with those in Nigeria to develop our own country. Nobody will do it for us. Why can't those of us who have the resources and who have the intellectual capacity, who know, go home to Nigeria and help? Our home is our home. Go north, go south, go east. Home is the best. If we abandon our home, it means our children will not even have a place to return. They can call their home. Nigeria is the best place to be, more especially when it comes to development, when it comes to investment. Let us be serious. The same way the Chinese, the Jewish people, the Indians, who are with us here in diaspora, let them go home. They put their resources in their own country. Ethnic people don't abandon their country. They go and they come back. Even if they don't come back physically, they return with serious investments. They return with investments because this is a country that needs our resources to develop. Those at home cannot do it alone because so many of us are outside the country now. So the country needs us. We have to have faith in our own country so that we can develop it. We are foreigners here. It doesn't matter how many years you live here, how many citizenship certificates you have here, you are still a foreigner. People still see you as a foreigner. So we have to do whatever it takes to keep Nigeria. We have to do whatever it takes to develop Nigeria. We have to do whatever it takes to make sure there is peace in Nigeria. We have to do our own contributions. It's very important. You don't need to return home completely. You can remotely do things. These days, the world is just, with internet, the world is just one market. It's a global market. We have opportunities, and these opportunities are bound, believe me. We're in a very beautiful position of enjoying the two sides of the world. What we are not able to do will be difficult for some of them in Nigeria to do. Therefore, we have to lend our own hands to develop our country. If we have industries, if we contribute in financial institutions and so on and so forth, we may be helping because nowadays our kids, the young people in Nigeria are running away in the name of Japa. Some of them come over here to just suffer. Some succeed, some don't. They feel that if they just cross over, hey, everything is fine. It's not like that. Many of them, yes, but many of them, it's not like that. You see, because there are no opportunities, but we can help to create the opportunities by returning with the little we have and investing it over there so that we can have a better Nigeria tomorrow. This is what I'm pleading with you. Not to lose faith in Nigeria. It will be all right. Thank you.
The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission NIDCOM have been involved with many interventions within the continent and outside the continent. When Nigerians are either stranded or being dehumanized, in Ghana alone last year, over 70 trafficked Nigerian girls were rescued and handed over to NAPTIP through the prompt intervention of Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, NIDO Ghana Chapter, assisted by other organizations. Take a listen as participants in the NIDO event bear their minds.
To my members in NIDO Africa, I extend my heartfelt gratitude and congratulations. Your work in saving lives and changing the narrative of our continent is something that we must be proud of. To everyone present, thank you for standing on the light side of history. Together, we'll ensure that the chains of trafficking are broken forever. Let us unite, act, and win this fight. The future depends on it. I thank you.
Human trafficking is a scourge that affects not only Nigeria, but the entire world. It is a crime that preys on the vulnerable, exploiting their hopes and dreams for a better life. As a nation, we have a responsibility to protect our citizens, particularly our youth, from this modern-day slavery. As NIDCOM, we have been working tirelessly to address this issue. We have collaborated with international organizations, governments, and civil society groups to raise awareness, to provide support to victims, and facilitate the prosecution of traffickers. However, we recognize that this is a collective responsibility that requires the efforts of all stakeholders. That is why this campaign, Join the Fight Against Human Trafficking, is so crucial. We need to mobilize our diaspora community, friends, and partners to join forces in this battle. We must educate ourselves and others about the warning signs of human trafficking, support victims, and demand justice for perpetrators.
I want to advise our parents, our brothers, because even if your parents are old, they can't take care of your younger one. As the head of the house, as a man or a woman, grown-up person in the family, you need to advise your younger ones on what is happening. Let nobody tell you he wants to give you a job in abroad.
Human trafficking by Ghana law, the person who connected, they call them agents. If you are caught, you're going to be prosecuted as a trafficker. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, whether you're ignorant or not ignorant, as long as you're the person who introduced that girl or that boy or that man or that woman to the person who trafficked that person, you can be prosecuted and you face the law. Ignorance is not an excuse to law. The vehicle that transports that person from one destination to another destination is part of the world, the traffickers. So even as a driver, whilst you're looking at the money you make, and they don't care about the people you are moving from one destination to another destination, you can be charged for human trafficking, and you can go to prison because of that.
Human trafficking is a global scourge that violates human rights, destroys families, and undermines national security. Trafficking exploits victims' vulnerabilities and robs them of their most basic rights of freedom and human dignity. The criminals behind it destroys family and dissolve economic market while enriching their own criminal enterprises. It is a brutal human crime.
But they made her to swear an oath. And they kept pushing her out. This was a girl that was staying with her grandmother. She has never been exposed to such a thing. But it happened that she found herself in Italy because they told her that there was a job. And the grandmother was so happy that my daughter is going to be working and be bringing money. You see, if it to be now, the grandmother should be persecuted. You know why? She was an underage. She wasn't up to 18. She wasn't up to 20 or 21, but she landed in Italy, and they kept pushing her into cold. Now that you have GSM that we can all communicate, we do video and all that. The grandmother didn't know what was happening. Even the parents in the farm, they didn't know. Until one man saw her one day and said, "You don't look like others, come." Even then, she could not speak the language very well. To cut long story short, the man saw her as a good girl, pulled her out, paid all the woman was demanding for, and married her.
Education is part of it. If somebody is educated, there are things you cannot ask him to do. So we need to educate our children at least to secondary school level, so that they will not be convinced by whosoever. At least at that point, they can know and understand what is law, what is crime, what can put them in trouble, the risk they are taking. Why am I going there? Because most of them used to come to these places without any objective. They just come. If you come, you will make money. Making money from where? Some doesn't have skill. They just travel and start doing anything. Even if they came from good families, but situation that they met there can turn them to criminals.
Standing here just appealing to individual stakeholders, anywhere you can come in to help Nido Africa. This human trafficking, we are taking it serious. It doesn't end today. It's going to be an ongoing process. And then if you look at these young girls, they are promised heaven and earth. They are young, they are vulnerable, and when they go out there, they are no longer the same. The abuse they go through, the trauma, the stigmatization, even when you do rescue them and take them back home, then what? So we are appealing, if you can be able to, you partner with us, you build a shelter, whatever it is, so that even if we do succeed in rescuing them and bringing them back home, then we'll have something to look forward to.
Let's take a short break. The Diaspora continues shortly.
David Kimber Smith. A Delft name in the Nigerian culture. It's a joyful feelings to share with my brothers and sisters, of whom we may have lost connection many hundred years ago, but we have to still work on creating those connectivities to allow us to share that same path of success. So you know what? It might be in different places, but the love is still spelled L-O-V-E. Yeah. And I will continue to work in the best way I can to support individuals in the diaspora that we have learned. I'm one of those guys who roll off the boat, right? So I'm rolling. Michael rowed a boat ashore, and so am I. We're going to row that boat right back into Nigeria.
Welcome back. Let's begin with health tips by the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas, ANPA.
Heart disease is a very common element that affects people worldwide, but particularly in Nigeria, it's a significant cause of morbidity and mortality. It affects over 11% of the population. And when you talk about heart disease, it includes, but it's not limited to, things like heart failure, coronary artery disease, which includes blockage of the vessels leading to the heart, that's sometimes related to what's described as a heart attack. Heart disease also affects the ability of the heart to pump blood effectively and could result in symptoms such as chest pain, shortness of breath, people coughing often, wheezing, not being able to walk long distances as previously being able to be tolerated, not being able to climb up on stairs, not being able to lie flat, and maybe needing to sit up while you're sleeping or being propped up with pillows. It's also associated sometimes with swelling of the lower extremities and sometimes puffiness of the face. Heart disease is associated with significant risk factors, and these risk factors sometimes are ascribed to having a more affluent lifestyle, lack of physical activity, eating more carbohydrate-rich foods that are low in nutrients and allow one to be predisposed to obesity, lack of exercise, smoking, and then otherwise things such as family history or genetics, hypertension, and diabetes. All of these things increase the likelihood of one getting heart disease.
Up next is our Diaspora of the Moment with Shalewa Ajila presenting.
Our Diaspora of the Moment is Professor Abba Aji. Professor Abba Aji obtained his MBBS from the University of Maiduguri, Nigeria. He is a Fellow of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons, Canada, Fellow Royal College of Psychiatrists, United Kingdom, Fellow of the American Psychiatric Association, and Fellow of the Royal Society of Medicine, United Kingdom. He obtained his master's degree in neuroscience from the University of Maastricht, Netherlands, and also a master's of business administration in healthcare management from the Smurfit Graduate School of Business, Dublin. Prior to this appointment, Professor Abba Aji was the medical lead for the Integrated Youth Services Initiative in Addiction and Mental Health in Edmonton, the Zone Facility Site Chief, Addiction Mental Health at the University of Alberta Hospital, and the Associate Chair of Psychiatry, Clinical Affairs with the Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry. He has numerous awards, recognitions, and over 70 peer-reviewed publications and book chapters. He was recently appointed as the Chief Medical Director of the prestigious Alberta Hospital, Edmonton, Canada. Professor Abba Aji is the first African to be appointed in this role. Congratulations, Professor Abba Aji. We celebrate you as our Diaspora of the Moment.
That has been the Diaspora this week. Keep a date next week. I remain your anchor, Juliana Vincent Chakubu. Stay positive.